What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, Mickey Coleman, coming at you with some news out of Detroit, Michigan, where a man has been charged with impregnating and murdering a 13-year-old girl. Na Ziyah Harris was last seen, I believe, getting off of a school bus, and now they have found her remains. Let's check the story out via Court TV fair use and see what exactly happened here. Take it away. This is Kim
behind
Worthy.
me is of Ziyah, and that will always be haunting because it was taken just a short time before the evidence shows that she was never seen or heard from again. It was taken by Na Ziyah herself, a selfie. That's the last known picture that we know about of her. It was pointed out to me by one of the detectives on this case and by one of the prosecutors. She is smiling and waving and saying hello. But little did she know that she was really saying goodbye.
This story is so incredibly tragic. Na Ziyah Harris, little 13-year-old girl, should be enjoying those teenage years, you know? Should be having fun, laughing with her friends, going to school, learning, doing all of those things, but she's not. And she's missing, but presumed to be dead and murdered. I want you to take a listen to Kim Worthy. That was the prosecutor from Wayne County. Here she is talking about the evidence against the man that they have accused of the murder. And there's a connection between this man and Na Ziyah's family, and a lot of the facts here are disturbing, to say the least.
Dear Dr. Ng, my missing teeth isolated me from the world. I trusted Clear Choice, and you gave me back my smile.
The evidence shows overwhelmingly in this case that she is in fact deceased. The last time she was seen alive was January the 9th of this year, 2024, almost 9 months ago. Her missing status was reported to the Detroit Public School Police Department by her grandmother on that very day, when she never returned home from school. And again, that was January the 9th, 2024. In early February of 2024, the case was turned over to the Detroit Police Department. Frankly, that should have happened right away, but they began investigating immediately. The evidence would further show that through text messages that we know and that we have, Ziyah and this defendant were going to meet after school on January the 9th. We know that she did indeed meet up with the defendant that we're charging in this case. We also know that several people close to Mr. Butts, who we were charging later, saw them together in several different locations, people that he knew well. We have evidence that at 9:30 p.m. on that day, that Mr. Butts checked into a motel and that Ziyah was never seen or heard from again. Not from her family, not from her schoolmates, not from her friends, not from social media where she was extremely active with her friends, not from teachers, no one. We know that she had no medical conditions that would cause a life-threatening medical emergency to her. And he, again, was the last person that saw her alive. She would have turned 14 years old just 10 days ago on September the 16th of 2024. And again, no one has seen or heard from her. You look at that face and you do not see the horrors that she had gone through in her short life. The exploitation, the molestations, the sexual abuse, and the pregnancy that she was concealing. The evidence will show that from one of her text messages to and with Jarvis Butts. And we also know, the evidence will show, that there's no evidence of anyone else being the father of that child other than the defendant himself, who we charge today. And he knew she was pregnant. We know that he was also searching for ways to abort the baby. We know that sexually explicit photos were requested by him of her and that she complied and sent them to her. All at the hands, we allege, the man we are charging with her death and also her long-term sexual abuse. Today we are charging Jarvis Butts with 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder, 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, and 1 count of child sexually abusive material. Today, we are also charging Mr. Butts with more counts of criminal sexual conduct on 2 more girls, yes, girls,
Wow.
on 2 other separate cases. The girls in question now are 20 and 11 respectively today, but both were under the age of 13 years old at the time the offenses occurred that we're charging.
One girl is
Based on
11.
all the evidence that I've laid out now and much more that will be shown later in court, based on all these cases we will present in court, Mr. Butts targeted and befriended women who had to have sexual relationships with their young daughters. He would have
Ladies and gentlemen, you really have to vet who you have around your children. Because I got a daughter that's about a year older than Zanaya will be right now. And I'm someone who dates, or at the time, or most of the time, dates multiple women. They're not around my daughter, and I'm around my daughter often. Most of them, basically, because I don't know them like that. They're fun to hang out with, drink with. They're great to do what I need them to do for me, or what they need me to do for them. But it's who I am comfortable, which means I've been around them for years, or I'm getting ready to actually marry them. They probably won't be around my daughter. Or I probably won't even be in nothing serious until my daughter grows up. But I'm not saying you can't have relationships or you can't meet people, but you need to vet very carefully who you have around your child.
relationships with their mothers, but his true desire was to have sex with their young daughters. That's what the evidence will show.
There's some sick
He was a classic and expert groomer and pedophile.
Sounds so familiar. A lot of parallels with this case and what happened to Madeline Soto down in Florida. And it's these predators. They know how to do it. They know how to get close to children. And that's apparently what happened here. I want to bring in a special guest with us tonight.
I don't want to really go any further into this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I just want everybody to be very careful who you have around your children. It is imperative that you vet people and never leave people alone with your children at all. If you don't have a babysitter, you can't go. I don't care what it is. Your child's safety is the most important thing. And this guy, I guess, allegedly befriended the child's mother so he could date the young daughter. Be careful out here, y'all. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know what y'all think about this story in the comments section. Until later, check me out on the Mick and Mike podcast and on Sports Talk Radio. I'm out.